Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of Stonewalkers, presented by I Cast Fireball. I am Thomas, your GM for this Cosmere RPG adventure, and joining me at the table we have...
Christian Randall as Drynin.
I'm Mickey, and I play Reshonai.
I'm Ned, playing Aldevar Walde.
Josh, playing Janar Balar.
We remembered it, folks. We got it.
Yep.
I know.
We got it.
As soon as you started, I panicked and I was like, "No, I remember this."
This is my time. This is my moment. Oh, folks, if you are just joining us for the first time, hi, we're I Cast Fireball, an actual play TTRPG RPG podcast where we typically play through 5e D&D published adventures. We have an audio-only podcast published weekly where we have over 5 years of episodes ready for your listening pleasure. This, however, is our ongoing actual play Cosmere adventure where we jump into the world of Brandon Sanderson and play the official adventure Stonewalkers, created and published by Brotherwise Games. Takes place in the Stormlight Archive book series in the land of Roshar. Currently, we're in the Shattered Plains with some crazy stuff going on, with superpowers happening and magic. Oh, I'm tickled to be exploring what we're doing right now. But if you don't like spoilers, go read the first 2 books, come back and join us on this adventure where you can binge our episodes at your leisure. But if you don't mind spoilers, pull up a chair. Our cast member Ned is jumping into this adventure almost completely blind when it comes to Roshar, and is the first one to experience some of the uniqueness of Roshar and the magic powers as well. So we are enjoying re-exploring all of this through his eyes together. And lastly, as a general disclaimer, we try to follow canon as much as we can in books, but sometimes it gets a little wibbly wobbly, so we appreciate your patience and your grace as we try to fix that canon in our actual plays here. But with no other announcement, let's jump into this week's episode of Stonewalkers. Literally jumping in. As we fall down this pit, recalling what happened last time, our party was a bit divided in their desires and in their goals, alignment, what we were trying to achieve. There is weird happenings going on. Aldevar speaking to a cultivation spren at length now. And as Drynin has had previous experience with this sort of thing, being able to speak to spren, being able to see spren that these airsick lowlanders maybe not are able to see themselves. Janar grappling with the implications of what it means to be at war, what it means to be a hero, how to rise above that, a lot of big moral dilemma, and Reshonai struggling with being a Parshendi woman in a Kolin camp. Well, rather just a human encampment. What does that mean? We found our crew going to a variety of places. They were at the tavern, but also they went to visit Shanson. Shanson, a ardent that was very familiar with the particular runes that I want to say Janar was holding on to from the assassins that had defeated and killed Tazo and all of his companions. Shanson bringing out the book, The Words of Radiance, which is why you should go read the first 2 books if you don't like spoilers, talked about how this was a variation on an ancient rune of the Truth Watchers of the Radiant Order, the Truth Watchers. And having that information and bringing up bits about strange spren, Shanson's compatriot, other ardent there, rather abruptly and rudely asked the rest of you leave with this mention of strange spren. The party wanting to explore a variety of leads and possibly get right to the source of what's going on. They split. Reshonai and Janar going to the Thalen Menagerie, where a Shin chicken was rumored to be won, and proudly displaying his wares, this Thalen merchant, as extravagant as he is, despite painting the iridescent colors on the chickens. I mean, they are Shin chickens for sure. And we left them with 2 white spines getting out of their cages and starting to cause havoc amongst the menagerie residents. The other 2, Brains and Brawn. What was it? It was Brains and Brawn. That's the duo.
Mind and
or was
Body.
it called Mind and Body?
Mind
That's
and
what
Body.
it is. Mind and Body. All right.
We can
Mind
take
and body.
the branding in all kinds of different directions.
Mind and body, the two buddy cops, well, just buddies here, went to
they're not cops.
They're not cops. They're not cops. You have to legally tell the audience if they're cops.
No, these are the guys that steal from cops. They're
The two buddies here, going to the monastery. What was the actual name?
The Devotary
crap.
of the Mind.
The Devotary of the Mind.
devotary.
Where the Ardents were taking every resident, every Colon resident here to work on their paths, to work on their callings, but also to heal the infirm and the sick. Aldevar getting a leg in to be able to start healing through some deception. Not full deception, he's an actual surgeon, but Drynin calling some attention due to his cultivation and wanting to be trained in flame stance specifically. This gave Aldevar the opening needed to get to the cell with Tone. Him and his spren to be able to have a moment, recollection, and Aldevar to speak not one, but two ideals of his Radiant Order to bring about clarity of mind to Tone. And that is where we jump into this week's episode of Stonewalkers.
Well done, Thomas.
We're just getting started. Thank you.
That was a good episode.
Just to be clear, that was the recap of one episode.
There we are. Caveat, we looked at the rules. You cannot jump to the second ideal of an order immediately as soon as you start to become a Radiant Order. And I apologize. I'm not going to take that away from Ned, though. It's going to be a mistake on my end. So Ned is of the second ideal for the,
He's so
the
advanced.
not the Elf Callers.
He's so good.
The Edge Dancers.
He's a special boy.
Edge Dancers. Thank
Yes.
you.
Like Lift from the book.
It is. And
Yeah.
Like
listening, I was like, Elf
book.
Callers. Anyway.
With less
There's-
pancakes.
There is also
Less
a prerequisite that you have to be level 4 or higher before you can speak the second ideal. We're only level 3. We just barely turned level 3. But the GM can change the rules however they want.
GM can do whatever the GM wants.
Do
We just
whatever we
want to
want.
let you, our listening audience,
But
know
yeah,
that
as
we're
the-
breaking the rules because it's cool.
Weird.
As kind of part
Don't
of
do
our
what
deal
we
was like
do.
learn the game with us. So yeah, we kind of did a boo-boo there.
as we say and not as we do.
Gotta boo boo. Yes.
Get to the chopper.
But everybody being a level 3, we're going to see some new powers. We're going to see some new abilities here. And we are excited. And we're going to jump right in to a battle. Janar and Reshonai. You
That's
two
us.
have not had much time to react as these juvenile white spines have broken out of their cages. The Thalen merchants calling, Babs, what do we do? And the Babs going, run, get out of here. You two are left pretty much in this opening with these two juvenile white spines starting to circle around these wagons. There are a lot of animals still in cages scattered about, which we'll have to theater of the mind just a little bit. But there are a lot of cages. There are some empty cages, some filled with animals. There are some chickens that don't seem to sense the danger as they are milling about in the middle of this battlefield. But it is a battle for you two and these white spines. We are jumping in to combat. And as always, we're going to not roll, but say, who wants a fast turn? Neither wants a fast turn. Very good.
I want to
roll.
see where these white spines are going first.
I'm gonna roll to see. Well, hold on. Let's get the actual adventure.
Yes, and for the...
Don't you love it? Thomas gives the call to adventure, and we all just look at him.
For the Roshar Luddites, such as myself, can you describe these white spines so I can understand how terrified my friends should be?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
Good
They
idea.
look meaner than I realized they were from the books, even in the pictures.
Yes.
even.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get a picture. It's a token, but let's see if I can show it to you just look at the bio info here. Maybe we can do a little zoom
It's
on
like
that.
a dragon over here. What on
It
earth?
is a bit.
I understood it when I read the books. I understood it as like a wolf mixed with a lizard, but heavy on the lizard side.
It's
Cool.
and then everything on Roshar is crustacean, obviously.
Obviously.
And so
Yeah.
I kind of, and so that just throw that into the mix as well when it comes to the white spines. Now, I will say, just to preface the landscape, especially because it's been a minute since we've played, you do recall that they escaped from a particular cage. When they did escape, their handlers were trying to lead them into a specific wagon, a caged wagon. So they were moving them from a small portable cage into the caged wagon, and then in the middle of the transfer, very Jurassic Park-like, they tried to escape, and here they are. So that's kind of the landscape of what's going on here. Now, these white spines are going to take a fast turn. I need to get my world guide. At least one of them is. Let me get them out, their stats up right here. While I'm looking at these stats, however, Janar, Reshonai, are you saying anything to each other? Are you like preparing yourselves?
Yes.
We already established you have weapons in hand at the beginning of combat because you're not surprised.
Does Resh and I have a weapon?
Reshonai has a short bow that she'll carefully pull off of her back and
Because I could give you my
Not
side
yet,
sword
but-
if you
she
want
likes
it.
bow.
Okay. So
She's
does
a
Janar.
female, and she uses a bow as a war pair.
I got
Crossbow.
Janar's a
Crossbow.
bow guy too. I mean, he
Pull
can
out
use
your
a side
crossbow.
sword,
Excellent.
but
Okay.
just a couple of archers then, back to back.
Yeah. And Reshonai will come up as they're kind of circling before we start the combat here. She will just kind of circle up right next to him, put her back kind of to him, watching these white spines, keeping them out in front of them.
Excellent. They are about, let's see, what distance do we have between you? 35 and roughly 40 feet. Yeah, 40 to 35 feet, maybe 45 feet from each of you. And so there is some distance here between you. They are going to, however, I'm going to roll to see what they're going to focus on attacking-wise. It could be you, it could be an animal, it could be something else entirely. So, Janar is a 1, Reshonai is a 2. Anything else is going to be an animal critter here. The first is a 2. So Janar is a 1, Reshonai is a 2, I believe. Yeah, and then same thing here. A 4. Okay, so 1 hones right in on you, Reshonai. You're not sure why, but they like start to and just like this deep growl, like almost the growl of like a bobcat or a tiger, that low
Chortle.
yeah, like as it's starting to walk towards you. They have a speed of 40 feet. Good heavens. Oh,
They can
wow.
get both of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did
Wow.
not think they would go that fast.
Gotta go fast.
And after
Rushed.
like, and they just like their claws digging into the rock and cracking and like throwing up chunks in some of like the loose rock here and the loose stone, kicking up creme as it. And that is their first action, is to move. The second is going to be a strike. So they are going to roll to hit you.
I'm going to use my reaction
Okay.
to use my new ability called Withering Retort.
Okay.
Before a character you can sense targets you with an attack test,
This is an
Yes.
attack test. Yep.
you can use your Steadfast Challenge. And when you do, it increases your deflect value against this attack by your ranks in discipline.
Very good. All right. Deflect
so my
will reduce
Steadfast
actual
Challenge,
damage.
I can spend 1 focus to make a discipline test against the spiritual defense of that enemy.
Great. Spiritual defense of this white spine is 13.
Yes. I will make a discipline check. Roll.
Rolling. That's a 17, I believe. Yes.
Can't see it yet. Scroll down, scroll down.
Oh, yeah,
scroll
it's
down.
a 17.
Digital.
17.
17.
11 on the dice, plus 6 to discipline. Good night there. All right.
Wait, does it say
Very
ranks in
disciplined.
discipline, though?
I mean,
That's
the
my
game did
that's
that.
my challenge.
She didn't do it.
The
She didn't.
deflect value increases by the ranks in discipline.
Okay, so
Yes,
there's
I misunderstood that.
and there is a difference between your discipline modifier and how many ranks you have
Correct.
in discipline.
Correct. Yeah.
Awesome.
So this is the steadfast challenge part. It's not even the withered retort part.
Success. Successful.
So on a success, you become disoriented and gain disadvantages on tests against me until the end of your next turn. Disoriented,
Good heavens.
your senses are disrupted, making tasks difficult. You can't use reactions. Your senses always count as obscured, and perception tests gain a disadvantage. So you have a disadvantage against me.
Oh my
currently.
goodness. So
And then if you hit
disadvantage.
me, I have, I think, 2 ranks in discipline. I do. So my deflect, what's it called? Modifier? Deflect.
Sure, we'll call
We
it
changed
modifier.
systems. I don't know what it's called. Value. My deflect value is 2.
All right, disoriented. I've got it. So I'm disoriented here, and that means this attack is now going to be with disadvantage.
Yep. So as this white spine comes up to her, Reshonai will just roar in its face back to it.
Mm-hmm.
And disoriented that its prey is roaring back at it.
All right, and I don't remember where we landed on this. When someone has disadvantage, does the person that imposed disadvantage choose which dice gets rolled with disadvantage? I can't recall that. So, Ned, do you recall off the top of your head?
Let
I don't know
me
if we need
look
an answer
in the
right-
rule book.
Thank you.
That would make sense,
It is
but
fun that that's an option. You can either choose the
Yeah.
damage or the.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Or
that's
the
one of my
attack roll.
favorite things about this.
Yeah.
Like if you're playing if you're giving disadvantage to a creature that has a crazy buff, like it's just gonna hit you no matter what.
Yeah.
And you
So
can do the
beneficial being able to
damage.
give disadvantage to the damage. Yeah.
yeah.
All right. For each disadvantage affecting the test, the GM chooses one die you're about to roll for your test. Roll
There you
2
go.
of the GM's chosen die, then allow the GM to choose one of the 2 results you keep, discarding the other with no effect.
That's fair.
So the
To have
GM's
the
going
GM
to
always
choose
pick.
then. Okay, sounds good. All right, so here we go. Disadvantage, baby. And an attack. That is... I had the D20 be at disadvantage. I can't recall why, but just because I'm so used to it. Anyway, so I got a 3 plus 5. That's an 8 to hit your defense.
Physical
your physical
defense,
defense. Yeah,
right?
physical. Hmm.
That does not hit.
Yeah, I should have done
So
the...
it cows itself a little bit and clicks its mandibles a little bit and
Yeah.
backs up.
Yeah, so it's like it's a good description. It's about to attack, but your roar, it like lunges, but then it's like more of a warning lunge, and that's its full attack action that it's going to make there. That's its 2
Awesome.
actions to go with its fast turn. The other one is going to focus on a passing chicken, run after it, eat it up, and start gobbling at it. So it is now
Nice.
eating some of the animals that are around here. So that is its turn. We now jump to slow turns. Who would like a slow turn? Well, both of you would like to because you didn't take a fast turn. Okay, so Janar, would you like to go first?
No.
Great.
Okay.
Reshonai, would you like to go first?
I guess I shall.
I mean, you've got
Yes,
this thing right on
and.
top of you. I feel like you kind of deserve the first move.
All right, and as a reminder, you each get 3 actions that you can do with slow turns. So
I'm trying to do a quick check. Opportunity attacks work just like 5e and other RPGs. You've got a range and it'll attack.
you must
Yeah, but it can't take
use-
reactions.
Oh, but it's a reaction. Attack of opportunity is a reaction.
Attack of opportunities will be a reaction.
It's called a reactive
Nice.
strike in this game, not an opportunity.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's
and they
what I
have to
was
spend a
looking for.
focus point for it as well. It's not a free thing.
But you disabled its ability to do that, didn't you?
yes, because
It can't use a
disoriented.
reaction. Yeah, correct, because it's cowed. So Reshonai, having cowed this white spine a little bit, will slowly use their first turn as movement.
You cholled it.
You chill. Inspiration. No, just kidding.
Tip
She'll move
fedora.
5, 10 feet, where she'll just kind of skirt because her and Janar were back to back. She'll just kind of skirt around the side, so that she's not 5 feet in front of this white spine. And I don't know. I feel like she feels a little hesitant to kill a creature. However, this is imminent danger, and so she will pull that bow that she had notched up and let loose a strike
All right, sounds
as
good.
her second action.
So your whole movement was an action, 10 feet, and now your second is going to be that attack. Go ahead and roll.
Oh, why? Oh, there it is.
And as you're backing up, the juvenile white spine is like rearing back, like moving its tail back and forth, like really wary of you as you are walking back up to your ally, and it starts to like like make some like not chirping noises, but like chirping growls, if you will.
Sure.
Great. You attack. You got an 11.
I rolled
it
an
seems.
11.
11. Let's check to see if that hits their physical defense. It does not hit their physical defense.
So
Now-
in her hesitancy of feeling like maybe this hesitancy, her shot just goes wide as it just ricochets off some of its carapace off to the side.
Are you
Now,
able
if
to
you recall-
You could graze it.
You
I
can
don't
always
have
graze by spend. Anybody can graze by spending
I
a
thought it was
focus.
a weapon thing.
I have a specific thing that lets me do graze once per round,
Yeah,
Without
I thought it was a
using a
weapon thing,
focus?
not a...
but anybody
yeah.
can spend a focus. Yeah.
Yep. You may spend a focus, and it's whatever damage is on the dice, not the so you rolled a 4 on the damage die. So if you spend a focus, it would allow you to do
It'd be
just
4, yeah.
that.
I understand. The graze is spending a focus, but that's still part of the strike action. So I still have one more
Correct.
action.
That's
Right?
correct. Mhm.
Let's do it.
All
Got
right.
a lot of focus.
4 damage. Excellent. We're going to do 4 damage as it grazes into it, crying out as it goes back to that, like, not so soft anymore, but it's getting like a very aggressive purr. Not a purr. Purring denotes friendliness. An aggressive growl. An aggressive growl.
Yeah.
Christian, did you have your hand up?
Nope.
Okay,
I'm just
great.
resting.
with her third action, now that she's right next to Janar, she will use her final action to use her rousing presence, which is I can choose an ally to influence and they become determined until they benefit from the condition or until the scene ends. Which
Excellent.
basically means if you fail a test, you can add an opportunity to that result.
Ooh.
Yes.
So as they're standing back to back and she's just let it fly, and at first she thought maybe she had missed, but then she starts to see some orange blood seep from that grazing wound. She goes, "Stay together. We can defeat them."
One at a time. I
For
got
rousing
you.
presence.
Excellent.
Which one did you hit?
The one
The
that's
one
closest
right
to
by
us.
Okay.
I pointed at the camera like that was going to do anything.
Right there, Josh.
That
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Oh,
Josh,
of
can you
course.
see it? It's right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, where your finger is on your camera. Yeah. Okay.
But of course.
I'm gonna use my new level 3 ability.
There we go.
It's called a tagging shot, and it takes all 3 of my actions.
Ooh.
On a tagging shot, you move 5 feet and make a ranged attack. On a hit or a graze, the target becomes your quarry. And when a target is my quarry, that then gives me advantage on tests to find, attack, and study them.
Nice.
I am going to move 5 feet in this direction.
Okay.
Nice.
And it's a very strategic, slow moving back towards the wagons here, maybe to get some some height against these white spines. But both of you like slowly assisting each other to move back in this direction.
Yes. And I think I'm trying to put myself in front of Reshonai just because she got attacked first.
Yep.
And I want to give her some room to breathe and prepare her next shot. And I would like to tag the very same one.
All right.
So let's make that weapon attack. All right. And just regular attack, right? I don't have advantage for any reason.
No.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
24.
24 is a hit, sir. That is a hit.
Man, this is crazy too, because like a graze would have just meant 1 damage because the dice rolled a 1. But since it hit fully, that's 6 damage.
6 damage.
And it is
Done.
now my quarry.
Ha-ha. Very good. How do we want
Which
to mark your
usually,
quarry?
before this level, would take 1 minute for me to lock it.
Let's do a dark a blue to say, green, blue, green. We'll do green. We'll do green, saying that's your quarry, Janar. All right.
Okay.
Excellent. That is just one of your actions. You have 2 more.
No, that's all of my actions. The tagging shot is a 3
apologies.
is a 3 thing. So technically it does a lot. Like it lets me move a little bit, take an attack, and lock in quarry. So I think it's worth the 3 actions. But
So I really like this narrative description then of you being like pulling up your bow and almost like charging it, like, and then like as you're stepping
taking
in
a
front,
single step. Yeah.
and then you're looking for the right moment, and it's right as this the juvenile spine goes, and as it just as it's about to move, you immediately are like, got it, and then
I think there's been a lot of like emotional turmoil in Janar's brain, but because violence has become such a regular part of the last like several days of his life, there's kind of almost like a visceral clarity that seems to come to him in these moments where he stops thinking about the what about this, what about that, and he just sees enemy, lock in, hit it, you know?
Yeah. No. Excellent. That's going to be your 3. We now jump to the fat. That's the end of round 1. Who would like to go fast? Would either of you like to go fast? Janar. You'd like to go fast immediately.
Yeah. Let's go fast this time.
Oh yeah, I got a quarry now, baby. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, that's right. Let's go. We both just raise our arrows and shoot at the same time.
Oh, I love that idea.
1, 2, 3.
Janar, why don't you go first mechanically, and then it will get Reshonai after. But yes.
Yeah.
That's a 20.
20.
Nice.
Dirty 20. Here we go.
And, oh wait, I have advantage. Can I add it to the dice? Can I take a roll on the dice again?
Yeah.
I know
the
that's
D20.
probably on the damage is what I would have gone
Sure.
for. That was my intent. I just need to roll a D6 again and see if I get better than that, right?
Yep, that's right.
I got a 6.
All
6
right,
plus
max
5.
damage
That's
then.
11 damage.
Oh,
Nice.
gosh.
With the advantage of seeking quarry.
Yeah. You described to us this attack here being 11 points of damage.
I mean, and it's a fast shot too. I feel like it's one of those like he did this slight pivot after really drawing back his bow and hitting that first shot, and then he moves nothing but his arm and locks in the other bow. So like and locks in the other shot. So it's almost like mechanical. Like that last one worked. Do exactly that without
Don't change anything. So it's like immediately,
Yes.
like in quick succession, almost as if if this were a stationary target, you would imagine that it would split the other arrow because it would have gone right in. But because of course it's a creature, it moves ever so slightly, further exposing its throat as the arrow sinks into it. This white spine falls to the ground, limping, orange blood just falling and pooling onto the ground here. It is severely severely damaged from that last shot. It is trying to limp back and like drag itself. Its head like starting to get heavy and not able to like pick itself fully up and just like and trying to move away. You still have one other action, Janar.
Could I? Let me see here. Is steady aim a thing that turns off within each round? It says steady aim. It takes one action and increases your weapon range by half, increase your weapon range by half and deal extra damage equal to your ranks in perception.
Ooh, okay. Let's look that up. I'm looking it up now. Hold please.
But it has a per turn thing on it. I don't know what that means.
It just says until the end of your turn, both the short and long ranges of your ranged weapons increase by half.
So
and
not worth doing right now.
Yeah, you would lose it at the end of this round.
Yeah. Then let's see here. I will. So I'm going to go ahead and move.
Okay.
And I'm gonna move on top of the wagon here.
Yes, you get about 5 feet up from the ground. Can I move that to the back? Send it back. There you go.
Nice.
You are now on top. Okay. Something else about steady aim, I didn't know it can add damage according to your perception ranks as well.
Yeah,
so
which I have
that's
2,
awesome.
so it would add 2 damage to.
All right, we now jump to anybody else who wants to take a fast turn. Reshonai?
I'm gonna take another fast turn.
Hey, there you go.
Roll it.
And this is just a straight up attack. Great.
It is a 10.
It is a 10. 10 is not enough to hit
As
there.
As it's crawling on the ground, Reshonai takes her eye momentarily off of it as Janar leaves, and just that quick look to him and then back is enough to lose her mark on it as the arrow goes and hits, just ricochets off of one of its spines or carapace.
Yep. And it's just enough to, as you described, make sure that it doesn't get the impact of that arrow. You have one more action here that you can take, Reshonai.
No graze on that arrow attack then?
I could if I wanted to spend a focus.
Up to you.
I'm not going to on this turn. As she turns and looks at Janar as he's running away. Janar! She'll use her turn to then move to him and follow him up onto the...
That one's basically dead.
Excellent.
You don't leave your war pair! War pair bad! War pair good! Solo bad! She's
Excellent.
running to climb up with next to him.
All right. Let us... I'm trying to see... Can NPCs take the gain advantage action? That is something I'm looking here. Trying to figure that out. They do have skills, and it says...
Yeah.
So because they have skills, Google's not telling me exactly right now. So, let's see. What are we going to do? So this juvenile white spine that is on death's door, they are not going to take an action right now. The other one is, however, going to look up and it's like they can smell. They smell the blood in the air. They look at the two of you. Oh, I'm sorry, Reshonai, you're back here. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They see to you and they scream out much more ferociously than I just did. And they're going to run
Each
up.
of the mind.
Yeah. Ha! And they're going to run up to you, and as they run up to you, they are going to attack. They didn't see who attacked who, so Janar or Reshonai? It's Janar!
I would try to make myself the one they attack.
Well, it works, Janar. How do you do it? How do you be like,
You nailed
hey?
it.
I mean, I just go, come on, ugly, thing.
Yep, thing. You thing you.
Excellent. It's going to try to do a goring tusk attack. All right. That is going to be...
Wait, can I dodge?
Dodge is a reaction. I believe.
Yeah, I haven't used a reaction yet, and
That
it
is
costs
true.
1 focus.
Costs 1 focus to dodge, so you impose disadvantage on me, so I choose what to give disadvantage on. I will learn from last time, and I will do the attack dice to have disadvantage on. Here we go. And
Hiya!
damage dice, both were the exact same number.
Oh.
That is going to be an 18 to hit.
Shoo. That's a hit.
And both D8s were a 7. So,
Yikes.
as the goring tusk, this white spine with those tusks that we saw from the picture earlier, rushing at you, and you're like, come on, you're like bending down, come on, come on. It leaps up at you and just like, it actually, the target is, okay. It impacts you as it jumps up, and the tusks dig into your side. And you're like, whoa! You take 12 impact damage.
I'm not looking. Now, I had 18 out of 24 health. Is that because I leveled up? Or did we take damage last episode?
You shouldn't have taken damage, so you should have been at
24.
The Stonewalkers, when you level up, do you gain
everybody gets 5 health.
all the stuff back?
Ooh.
Yeah, but do you gain it back or do you stay where you were?
Well, when did we level up, though? Did we level up before we went out looking at this place?
No,
or did we
it was
level up-
like, it was at the end of the session where the battle had just began. So
Yeah.
Oh.
End of last session.
let's keep it at 8.
Because we homebrew that in 5e, we homebrew that you get everything back.
At a level.
Yeah,
When you
I'm
level
fine with
up.
that. I'm fine
Yeah.
with that. So I got 12 damage at 18, right?
Yep.
That gives me 6 hit points left.
And because this white spine moved 15 feet, you take an extra 4 impact damage due
That-
to the just rushing of this white spine at you. You're like, come on, come on. It's like
some
slow
of his insides are on the outsides right now.
Yeah, like it's
Ah,
slow motion,
you're
like
not a surgeon.
goring you, and just like you can see like this close up of like the tusks digging into the side of you, ripping some flesh out, and as you're like, "Whoa," and then
Absolutely
the impact,
drop my bow, and I'm just grabbing the spines as it's like ramming its head into my body.
and then as it pushes you into the wagon, impact. I need you to make an athletics test, please.
Okay, here we go. Now, question for you, Thomas.
Yes.
Does Seek Quarry, is it specific, like, are any white spines I'm fighting my quarry, or is it just the one that I hit with the Seek Quarry?
Once per round when you miss on a weapon, yes. Okay, seek.
Or no, the Seek Quarry, I'm just curious, like, could it apply to this guy? Because it would give me advantage on tests. That's the only reason I'm asking.
Yeah,
and I know, like, in D&D, there's a hunter's mark, which reminds me of Seek Quarry, but I don't know. I'm just double checking.
Yeah, it's a good thought. I could see an argument for it to be like all types, like especially for an animal. I don't think that was the
No worries.
intent of Seek Quarry. I think it because the Seek Quarry does say choose a character to be your quarry.
Okay.
So we'll say that no, you don't get advantage on this test.
And athletic, you said?
Athletics.
Okay, I don't have bad athletics. Here we go. That's a 21.
All right, you're able to hold on to not only these tusks, throw them off, and you're able to hold yourself firm on your feet, and you're not knocked prone. You're able to steady yourself with Reshonai. You drop the bow, as you put it, and so you're like holding onto your side. You're like, oh, no, no. A significant chunk, literal chunk, has been taken out of you. This is danger, Will Robinson, if you will. So,
I free action draw my blade.
yeah, absolutely. The other white spine is going to take a slow action and is going to limp. They are going to limp away closer to this wagon, further away, and that's all they're going to do. They're going to just kind of like lick their wounds and just like that is going to be the entirety of their turn. So I think we're going to pause here because it's the end of the second round. And we're going to pop back to a more quiet but still intense moment as we pop over to, well, actually not this one. We want to go to the temple. Drynin.
Drynin.
You feel successfully drawn attention away from this. You've successfully distracted enough to where you are feeling like you're giving Aldevar the best opportunity that they can to be able to move forward and to accomplish their goal.
Mm-hmm.
I hesitate because I realize that there's no interior map for this training complex, so this is the image we've got in front of us before us on Roll20.
Okay,
I'm sorry
we
about
can
that.
do it in the courtyard. We can do it in the garden.
Oh, we could do it in the garden. There we are. Yes, here we go. This Ardent, which I forget if I gave a name to, so we will...
Give it now.
Here we go.
Have we explained the Ardentia at all?
No, it's just kind of like one of those things that either people know
Okay.
or they will explore with us as well. But we are probably going to explore it here, as Drynin, you are here specifically to work on your calling, and as this, as I mentioned, he's a bit more grizzled, a little bit more, not what you would expect to be a religious type from IRL perspective, but from a Lethi culture, in Vorinism in general, you have Ardents of all kind, because they are people who either retire from service of no longer being soldiers, officers, no longer being artifabrians, no longer being merchants. Anybody can move to the Ardentia and find it being a holy and uplifting calling, but you have people who are retired veterans, sword masters, and the like, who are able to train, and that is exactly what they call you have come here for, Drynin. And as Tamar, he turns back to you and goes, Tamar's the name, and you wish to work on your calling, your election, right?
Yes.
Well.
Arden Tamar, I am a cultivated man. I've been fighting for a while now, and I've gotten pretty comfortable with the vigilant stance and the stone stance, but a flame stance I think would be something I'd like to add to my repertoire.
Flame stance, well, certainly something that we can begin, possibly even depending on if you're really as good as you are claiming to be. Something you can probably pick up the basics on and train on your own and be well on your way. And as you walk towards the training area, you see practice swords. Long wooden swords or training blades that are not shard blades, notably not shard blades, but they are the more traditional IRL type blades that you might expect and which you are familiar with. You heft this blade, Drynin, having had some experience, but it's not your weapon of choice, but it is tradition. I see that you prefer a hammer. You prefer something more blunt, more something with more force.
Yes, that's why I picked up stone stance first. I learned that with the hammer felt more comfortable. And I imagine flame stance might be a little more difficult to translate to a blunt weapon.
Wow.
But I'm going to do my best to make it my own.
Well, unless you're able to wield that hammer with one hand, you're going to have a difficult time implementing flame stance. As Tamar takes his blade and just kind of, and just like back and forth. Flame stance. It's one of the more aggressive stances. Unlike stone stance, where you rely on your raw power, flame stance relies on, and as he does so, he very quickly, almost without being able to see him, he jabs at your side, just a little jab, but still makes contact of like, and quickly on the other side, quick, aggressive, typically one-handed attacks. Something that'd be difficult for you, but if you truly have worked with a sword before, something that we can work through together. And he gestures for you to begin the training and to walk through the basics of each of these stances.
So the hammer is a two-handed weapon. And what is mastery? Yeah. Mastery just gives it the momentum ability. All right, yeah. I'll go ahead and I'll pick up the wooden sword and I'll drop into vigilant stance first. Just ready to counter and read his attacks, and then I'll just start falling into the rhythm. It's obviously much faster than I'm used to with my stone stance and hammer, so I'm just going to be on the defensive until I get a feel for it.
As you get a feel for it and just see the examples that Tamar gives to you, he, without breaking a sweat, are coming at you with these attacks that you haven't seen before. They are not wide sweeping, trying to get to your side. Some of them are very pointed. He holds his sword in a unique, odd way where the point is facing your face and he jabs forward in quick succession. And it's hard for you to deflect each one of them. Half of them get through to your stomach, your chest, to your legs even. And you just start to realize that, like all things, this is a brand new experience for you. You hope it's one that can contribute or be of use to the one that you can bring back. But Tamar calls to you, not demeaningly in any way, but just very matter of fact. You're sloppy, letting me get through. And it's just...
is that so?
As
and I just sort of like roll my shoulders and flex. And I was in vigilant stance, and I just switched to stone stance, and I basically turn myself into a bulwark, and I try and start countering his offense.
Yeah, with the blades, it's very different than your hammer, but you trained a long time than most would, as stone stance is all you would have really known. And so you're able to put up a good back and forth between him. And you're able to pick up a bit of what flame stance does, what it presents, what its strengths are. But as stone stance does rely on your raw power, you're able to see where the weaknesses of flame stance begin and where the cracks start to show. And Tamar, as you start to have this understanding and counter and react to his weakness, he smiles and nods and even verbally says, Good. You're starting to see where the stances can react, where one would be a good counter to the other. And like all ardents, they turn it into a more meaningful lesson. Just as we all have our place in the world, where you are weak, I can be strong. As where I am the teacher today, you are the one that can help and aid me in other ways. What did you say your background was?
I originally, my mother works in the stables with the Reshadium. I always cared for the horses. But I decided to make my own path, and so I came down here to the war camps.
Man of preparation. A man who makes sure that things are just so that those, when they need it in their direst moments, snap, clap, clap. He's able to deliver.
Would you mind terribly if we use real weapons now?
I certainly have nothing against bravado, but are you really sure that you've picked up enough to be able to defend and not get too many bruises, not getting too many cuts and scrapes?
I hold up the wooden training sword. I'm just used to something a little more sturdy in my hand. Why don't I, like you said, teach you a little something? And I drop it and I pick up my hammer.
With that smile, he pulls out the sword that is on his side, and it being a real sword, and gets into that same stance, flame stance, but there is a calm, a tone of seriousness that has washed over him. There is a checks in with you, nods before red, and you go for it, both of you. Clack, slam, slash, jab, using partially the tunic, partially your armor, leaning into some of the blows of the flame stance that you've been able to pick up, anticipating the quick jabs. What are you able to absorb before your armor being broken? What can you let through so that you can have a strength, so you can, so that you would be able to gain the upper hand? This Ardent is quick. He is fast. It seems flame stance benefits him well, but power benefits you well, and that's where stone stance is your strength comes into play. Fully extending your attacks, swinging with your might, and relying on the expertise of this Ardent to protect him. You fully commit yourself to this battle. There is a I don't know, Drynin, would you say there's a moment of joy or there's a moment of like serenity in this training that you have? Like, I don't know if we've really explored Drynin's full like relationship with battle, with combat, other than what we've seen up to this point. Like, if there were to be an internal monologue, what would it be?
Something that I don't talk a lot with other people is one of my, we have seen that when I hit, I do well in a battle. I fight, with some relative amount of certainty. And one of the things that aids me is my slight glimpse into seeing some spren that might not be as visible to others. And my movements aren't guided by the spren, but I can see the way they're moving, and I can see how they're reacting to my opponent. And so in this moment, my eyes don't close, but they unfocus as I absorb all the information coming at me. I'm not just seeing this Ardent, I'm seeing, the concentration spren that are hovering nearby, and I'm seeing, all these other emotion spren, and every little, I can even see in the distance there might be some pain spren just flitting by, and every little one gives me a little bit of information, and I sort of enter a combat, not trance, but clarity.
There are, you do start to get this clarity moment that you just described. You see awe spren. You see, which are rare, but you do see them from some of the crowd that has gathered around. You see wind spren. You see pain spren from your own wounds. You see the wind at times seems to swirl around you as it's going with your movements, you whoosh, the flame stance almost, you can almost imagine that there is at literal fire spren erupting from the blade at times, which improbable, of course, but it is as if you were joined by a song and joined by a dance and of this battle, and it is a time of enjoyment. And as the battle closes, the training Tamar, he holds his hand up and goes, stops you from coming in with your next blow. I think that is enough for today. You truly have the attitude of a warrior, but one willing to discipline themselves to the stances. Whew. I need some punch for sure. Well done.
I
there,
appreciate
Drynin.
your educating me. And I'm just rolling, you know, I'm a little bruised and stuff, so I'm rolling my shoulders and stretching out.
Yes. Well done, Drynin. And he puts his sword away and picks up the training swords. As he leaves your side for a bit, you do see that some spren linger. Where wind spren normally would linger, you do see some that look like wind spren, but they are sticking around playfully a little bit longer than usual and making that tinkling sound that would first started as laughter, but you hear a conversation. I'm going to have you roll a test. What's your roll a perception test here, please?
Oh, my perception ain't.
He's going to get like 5 wind spren as his.
Being unoathed.
I'll
full
go
armor
ahead
set right
and-
away.
Yeah.
Do you feel like this is a moment worth raising the stakes?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I will do that.
Thank you for calling that out. Sometimes I forget about that.
Wow.
Wow.
That's not too shabby.
And what was
An
it?
18.
An 18.
An 18 with I believe that's just a neutral
Yes.
die.
Neutral, no complications, no opportunities here. But you do hear the spren, which causes you to halt in your steps. And one of them goes, have you ever seen such magnificent training? I was told that this side, gosh, pause. What's it called? The material realm? The three realms: spiritual, cognitive,
Physical.
There we go. I was told the physical realm would be full of savages and such, but that was beautiful. And the other one says, "Well, don't get carried away. You remember and recall what they did to us, right? I mean, we can't. We're just here to assess, and we're here to see." The other one goes, "Well, he seems pretty great. He seems pretty. I don't know. I've got a good feeling about him." And the other one goes, "You always get carried away." And then,
I am frozen and I very slowly bow to the spren. And are they wind spren? Do they look like wind spren?
they
to me?
look like wind spren to you, but but they're talking, which is unusual, and they're stationary for the most part, which
wind
is odd.
spren can like echo and mimic speech sometimes. You know, words on the wind is relatively common, but not that. So I'll slowly do a very deep bow and say, "Thank you for the compliment."
There is a frozen moment of these wind spren, and they one of them, the one that initially spoke, was like, "You see, he can even see us. It's practically a sign." The other one goes, "You don't see and feel his unkaka luck, whatever blood he's got going through him. It's just his gift that he's." Come here. And she basically grabs the other wind spren by the arm and pulls her, I want to say by the hair or the ear. And the other one goes, "Ow, ow, 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 ow." And just like walks off screen before they and fly away, flit away.
I just scratch my head and I think, well, maybe Aldevar is onto something with these talking spren. And then I'll just start spinning my hammer in my hand to create wind, just like in a little vortex there. And
Like, are you coming back?
Just sort of like let it dance with the wind spren that I do see around me, and then eventually just put it away and walk out to try and meet up with him and see if he's accomplished what he tried to do.
Speaking of Aldevar.
Hi.
Talon has spoken to you.
Good.
And he he looks to you and goes, "You, Radiant, you have brought clarity to my mind. Clarity that I have not had for quite some time. Tell me, what is your name? What are both your names?"
Yes, my name is Aldevar Walde. This is Hoetian, my friend. I must say, none have ever described my appearance as radiant before. I thank you for the compliment.
It has been so long. It has been so much time since the last desolation. You tell me you do not recall what the Order Radiants are, and that they do not call you, and that you have not been recruited by them.
Well, I have heard rumors that there is one who is attempting to reinstigate the Order of the Knights Radiant, Dalinar Kholin, but this is about as much as I have heard of it.
So much seems to have been lost. So much. He sits up a little bit more straight as he breathes in. Thank you. I'm not sure how long my clarity will last. But you speaking your oaths, briefly letting me glimpse into the spiritual realm, has brought some clarity where I have some time. Tell me, do you have questions? Can I aid you in whatever way with what little time I have before I am brought back to my babblings?
Oh, Almighty above, which questions to ask first is the question here.
Hoetian speaks up and goes, I believe the honor blade is what we were mainly looking for. Was that something that we were looking for in particular?
Yes, we were traveling with a Shin gentleman who told us that he believes an honor blade was stolen by a group of people claiming to be the Truth Watchers?
Truth Watchers. Sounds like some variation of the Truth Watcher order. I mean, you said that they assassinate. Sorry, did you say they assassinated and murdered Ned, the Shin? Did you say that?
They killed him. It was so terrible. I did say that. I have said it now, in any case.
I'm not sure of the honor that any one clan or sect can claim to have if they murder those of the Shin. The Shin are your ally. I would trust the Shin with my life.
You've got it. How we need to reclaim this honor blade so that we can make good on an oath that we swore to our fallen Shin friend.
Yes. If you give me just a moment. And he raises his hand up, like, into a direction, and his hand sort of like is moving while his eyes closed, and he takes a deep breath. And as the Herald of War stares into the darkness, takes that breath and reaches out, he says, I can feel it. It is as if I could reach out and almost draw it through the mists, but it does not hear my calls. I cannot recall it to me. I can sense its location, though. Yes, it is in a sheltered city within a rift. Ah, yes. I know it. The city of Rathalethar,
Rathalethar.
which you will want to jot down for those taking notes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What are notes?
What are notes? Ned, do you have the Alethi expertise?
I do have Alethi expertise.
Aha! Now, the description of Rathalethar is not actually called Rathalethar now. It's called Rathalas.
I was wondering. I was like,
And I'll have you
take
roll
notes
a.
for that.
Would you mind rolling me a deduction or a lore test, Aldevar?
Let's go with deduction. That would be great.
Great.
It is an 18.
18 is enough to beat this. Well done.
Nice.
Rathalas, as you can recall, Aldevar, and for our listeners here, this is a city that is, as Talm hinted, built into a crevice that just goes vertical down into the earth. And it does have a bottom, but it is quite a deep vertical drop. And so they have built their society and city into the rock faces of this crevice, essentially, to protect against high storms, to get the water, whatever it may be. However, several years ago, the Blackthorn, also known as Dalinar Kholin, in his war-mongering days, set the entirety of this city ablaze with fire. And that was in response to the death of his wife and as vengeance and revenge for them destroying and killing and murdering his wife. So, but a very clear direction on where the blade resides. You know the direction. You know how to at least gain a map to get to there. The direction of where the blade currently is hidden is set forth for you. You can, you have that direction.
Yes. And we should be restoring this blade to you, presumably?
I don't know if I can wield it as I am now. The babblings of a madman with a blade of that power, and one who does not have the constant clarity of. As he's reaching his head, he starts to scrunch his eyes and scrunch his head and start rubbing it like one whose mind fades so quickly. Without the aid of the spiritual realm, I'm not sure it'd be the best choice and decision.
Can I infuse this man with progression?
Can I do one? I'm very sorry, but can I just, the story thing you said? Dalinar did not destroy Rathalas because they killed his wife and child.
Correct.
He destroyed Rathalas just out of warmongering, and in doing so, killed his
Because they
wife
woun't
and
join.
himself.
The General Alethkar believe
Didn't he?
is
That
that
was-
they kidnapped his wife and they kidnapped his wife and child and murdered them, and then it went into a rage and burned their city down. I don't know what you're talking about.
Propaganda? You're sharing the propaganda?
Okay.
Okay, so sorry. I'm sorry. That's crazy.
Progression. We're looking for progression, right, Ned? Can
Yes.
you get progression
So-
into Talm?
The way that infusing someone, so I now have access to the abrasion and progression surges, and I can infuse this investiture
Always
into
try
myself
to kill.
or to another person. With progression, I spend 2 actions to infuse life into a living thing other than myself within my reach. I must have a hand free to touch the target. If you target a living character with regrowth, infuse 1 investiture or more into them. The infusion uses 1 investiture each round, and for the duration, that character recovers health equal to 1d4 plus your progression modifier at the start of each of their turns. and then the size increases as I rank up. However, because I just spoke my first ideal, I am empowered until the end of this scene, meaning I have advantage on all tests, and my investiture refills to my maximum at the start of each of my turns. So until the end of the scene, as long as I'm empowered, I can just keep infusing progression into Talm.
Excellent. Yes, it's absolutely holding the madness at bay as you continue to talk. You reach up to his head and you infuse this progression. Hoatian, almost like crawling up your arm, which you would feel to be prickly with the crystals that are growing that he leaves behind, but it's actually like this, it's almost like he's just giving you a warm hug along his arm as this progression is being fed into Talm. He breathes a sigh of relief and goes, and just sort of nods in thanks and says, thank you. I wish to be as much aid, but I know the limits of myself, and I do think I'm not ready to obtain and wield that sword as of yet.
What then shall we do it? What shall we do with it until you are prepared once more to wield it?
Taking it to the stone shamans of Shinovar is probably the best course of action. They are the ones that we have charged with being the final guardians for the final desolation. And with the rest of as he closes his eyes, he goes, yes, with the majority of the honor blades already there, I feel that is the best place for it to reside until I can be fully healed or heal myself. Take it to them. Trust the stone shamans and ally yourselves with them, for I fear the final desolation will come shortly.
That sounds bad. What?
It is
Not
bad.
a good time.
Is there anything you would have me do to aid in your cause? Aside from just restoring the honor blade to the stone shamans.
I wish so much to know what has happened to the other heralds. I'm not sure you can find out that information, but there's one particular. He gets a far-off look, and he just... But if she does not wish to be found, she cannot. If I could but see the sun before I lose my madness, or I gain my madness yet again.
Is there a window in this room?
There's not, actually. This window is completely dark. It is, from our perspective, it is a bit odd, but having a surgeon's background, you would know that that's kind of standard practice, actually, for the insane to just remove all stimuli, including light. So there's no window, but he goes, would you allow me would you aid me in seeing the light one more time?
Let's do it.
And Hoatian goes, Aldevar, do you feel this is the best course of action?
I have advantage on all my tests until the end of this scene. I'm good to go.
Of course. I mean, you're the one actually wielding the power. I just grant it. My bond grants it. You're the one actually. Of course, I trust you. Let's go.
Of course.
Let's go. I scout ahead. I can do that.
Yes, you can do that. Let's look at my spren bond abilities. Yes.
Mechanically, I am able to do such a thing.
Yes. Covert scouting. I'll spend 2 of my focus, and you can stealthily scout an area within my spren bond range, which is 30 feet, and report back on what you've observed.
Excellent. I'll go ahead.
Town's listening to this and he's all like, I think you've gone mad now. You're the
You're not the only one.
And he's like, he just looks to you and goes, your bond is quite new, isn't it? It's like
I met this guy
new.
yesterday.
Wow, you have really
Very foreign.
jumped a few levels, if I might say so.
You might say I'm mechanically a little bit further than I should technically be.
You might say the GM could level us up so that it makes sense.
I just leveled you up. Come on.
That's
Level up
beside
every
the
session.
point.
Level up every session.
We're trying
right.
to get through it. We're trying to learn new things.
All right, so Hoatian does scout ahead. He does make his way. He does make his way out of the the monastery here. Scouting ahead, looking around corners, going, "All clear! Come quickly, though. I think it won't be all clear soon." Really not able to very new to the whole scouting thing. And he goes, I'm not quite familiar with what sort of call signs you want. I would rather be called the Collector.
The Collector.
If that's something that would you like to be called Meatbag?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, Meatbag.
Meatbag.
Here we are.
Oh, yes.
I'll call out Meatbag. And he goes to the end of the hallway and just goes, "It's all clear, Meatbag." And as you actually do make it out. Let's go to you just the same exact way that you came. Let's go to the other map here just so we can see. Same way you came. It is a long, arduous way. Actually, I just noticed there's a door right here.
Yes.
Yeah, don't go to the entrance.
What a
Why?
scout.
What a scout. Yeah. Horatio's way down
you're so
here.
observant.
Yeah, he's way down over in this area, and then you get to this corner and you're he's like, "Come down here." And you're like, "Collector, this is just a door right here." He goes, "Oh, of course. Yes, sorry. I thought we were going exactly. Yes." And you go out that door and you do see sunlight. It's a breath of fresh air for you, breath of fresh air for Taln. However, I don't know if you recall, but there was a complication.
I was hoping that you'd forgotten, but
I was hoping that you had forgotten.
Yeah, remember how sometimes you forget the opportunities? Maybe we could also forget
Forget the complications.
complications.
What complications?
You leave the monastery and you're about to you're by the boundary wall. And as you are by this boundary wall, Talon by your side, breathing a sigh, calling upon the sun with his eyes, with his breath, and just you hear a loud halt.
Oh. Whoops.
You look into the middle of the courtyard and you see soldiers in forest green uniforms step forward. It looks like they're making their way towards you, trying to block the
Monty's
path
camp?
from the monastery.
No bueno.
A soldier with the squad leader knots on his soldier, seems to extend a short spear towards you from a distance away. Aldevar, these are men from Sadius's camp. And this soldier goes, "You! Stand down! What are you doing with this infirm? Stand!" And they look like they mean business. Taln looks to you and goes, "Quickly, son of cultivation. You must get out of here quickly. I will buy you some time. Climb this wall if you can. Get out. Now."
Yep. Drynin.
As
Did
he
you just become a Looney Tunes character?
I just became a fugitive, apparently.
I heard the feet.
Move. Yeah.
as you go north, Talon goes south and goes it just runs at these these individuals, kind of halting, and just says, "Stand down, soldiers, stand down. Stand. I am, as he grabs his head, just, I am, and you can't focus on him as you rush out of here, Aldevar, making your way out of the monastery. Drynin, seeing out of the corner of your eye this little bit, you hear, "Drynin!" And you go, "Time to go." You go the other way from the, ma'am.
That's my cue. And I just
Ma'am.
A different path. You both go out of the exit, going separate ways. Aldevar, Hoatian, actually scouting ahead a little bit and being like, I don't see any green soldier people. Go this way. And
as I'm leaving, do I just see green uniform bodies like flying into the air as this guy tosses them around?
There is a bit of like a scuffle. There is a scuffle.
I would love to see them try to do something martial to Taln.
There absolutely is some sort of like, hey, what's going on here? You said he was crazy. I know, crazy strong. And
It's Monty Python guards yelling.
As with Aldevar running away, Drynin running away to regroup to figure out what is going on with this information, we close this week's episode of Stonewalkers.
Oh no!
A lot of things
still
happen.
stuck in the middle of a fight.
You're still in a battle.
I'm stuck
we
in more
are.
ways than one.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you are hurting in a big way. Lots
gosh.
of exposition dump for Aldevar there. Drynin discovering something about spren, wind spren. Fun. That is really just loving this adventure. I'm not going to level you up, Mickey. We just leveled up.
I'm just saying, make it make sense. It would be really easy for us to change the number. We're all at level 4. Ned can officially have the thing. I'm just trying to make it make sense for everybody so
trying
that
to
they're
help
not
you,
confused.
Thomas.
I'm trying to
She's just trying to
help me
Yeah,
to help
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Well, folks, we'll talk about how Mickey can help me help her off stream here. But thanks for joining us this
Are we
week.
doing a Kronk's New Groove reference? Is that what we're doing here?
Oh man, thanks for joining this
Deep
week.
cut.
I just want to thank my players, of course. Thanks for joining us, listeners and viewers. Thank you so much. If you like this and other actual play content, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment below on one of your favorite moments from this episode. Are you liking the banter between a meatbag and the collector here? Are you liking how severe a battle can turn with just one attack in the Cosmere TTRPG system? That's crazy to me how one attack can go so bad for a character. It's kind of exciting, but kind of terrifying at the same time. But don't forget to leave us a 5-star review on the podcast of your choice, or to hit that notifications bell for our next episode. You can shoot us an email, of course, at icastfireball2020@gmail.com, or on our socials at icastfireball20. If you want to engage with us in a greater, more we'll say consistent way, you can join our patreon.com/icastfireball20, where we have a variety of tiers. Our $5 tier, I think that might be different. One of our tiers, you can join our Discord, where you can talk about our main audio-only campaigns, also Stonewalkers, and you can jump in and talk about the Cosmere just in general. We'd love to hear about you, what adventures you're going on personally in your own games if you're running the Cosmere, or if you're looking forward to the Mistborn RPG that's getting released later this year. As always, however, we have our sister podcast, Improv Tabletop, which is another actual TTRPG podcast, which uses a variety of TTRPG systems that are not Dungeons and Dragons. So if you're looking for other alternatives, which you probably to D&D, which maybe that's what brought you here to the Cosmere RPG adventure, go give them a listen. Don't forget to leave them a 5-star review on the way out. Lastly, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends and fellow wacky adventurers. But until next time, I'm Thomas, your GM, and around the table we have
Christian Randall as Drynin.
I'm Mickey and I play Reshonai.
I'm Ned. I play Aldevar Walde.
And I'm Josh. I play Janar.
Let's brave the storm, speak the ancient oath, and we'll see you all next time, everybody.